5, and oh boy, do we have a deck a lot of you guys are going to like to see. We have Block Dragon Burning Abyss. Wait for it. It's undefeated. 4-0 going into round 5. This deck is scary.
I've gotten to see it a little bit walking around tables, and the pilot is exceptionally adept. The deck looks extremely strong. He wrote on his request slip after round 3, I have not gone to a game 3 all day.
Wow.
I'm so excited.
That's a statement. So he's going to be going up against Chris Ramos, who's playing Pure Thunder. We saw a little Pure Thunder last round, but
we did. It didn't really get to pop off, but while Block Dragon does add cards from the deck to the hand, I don't think this deck cares at all.
Not really. I mean, there's also a card called Farfa.
I've heard it's okay.
I've heard it's fine. Yeah. It's BA. Everyone loves BA. It's the deck that won't die. It's yeah. I mean, it's. I just want to get into this because I'm really excited to see just how this deck goes.
So the players are just setting up right now. You can see the judge pulling an extension cord out. We're going to need a little more power in order to accommodate the Block Dragon.
Funny that they're putting it on the side of the Thunder Dragon player.
Yeah.
You know.
Bring the thunder, but don't short circuit the setup, please.
I know. We worked very hard for that.
Oh, we did.
Looks like they should be ready to go now. I think the judge is just going to take a seat now. I think he's getting the timer ready on his end.
So you can see that the Block Dragon player is playing 60 cards.
Yes.
As they should be.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure they all do.
Yeah. Why would you want to play less than 60? You're searching 60 cards. Oh, for those of you asking how many rounds left, there are 3 rounds left today. This is the 5th. We are halfway there, and we're living on a prayer for
There's technically 4 if you count this one.
Okay, all right.
That's
semantic genius.
That matters. And it looks like, wow, did Chris let Jesse go? Oh, no, they're rolling the dice. Okay. He pointed to him, and I thought he was letting him go first. That's an 8 from Chris. And there's a 5. All right, so
I
here
really
we go.
don't think the Block Dragon player cares about going second.
I don't either. This deck can go first or second, and I think that's what's a really nice, deck just to bring into a tournament. You don't really care about the die roll,
All right, let's start him off with a Thunder Dragon.
That is infinitely better than the Thunder match we saw last round.
Did Thunder Dragon make an appearance? I don't think
no,
it did.
I think that William had one in his hand,
yeah.
But I don't think it ever saw the light of play.
That's true. The light of play, I like that.
You like that? Yeah.
That's the high water mark for sure.
It's all downhill from here. So
well.
Allure of Darkness now.
Let's see a Roar Banish.
Oh, if he has it, that's going to be dark. Okay.
Still pretty good. This is how Thunder is meant to play.
Yeah. It's good. We're giving Thunder a chance to, at least show what it's got. I believe Christopher's also, and I think it's in his hand, he's maining Macrocosmos.
Ooh, so this is something you see occasionally in Thunder Dragon decks. It's meant to be sort of like Dimensional Shifter, but a little more accessible at all stages of the game, and it absolutely wrecks house versus stuff like Salamangreat, Orcust, and Striker, which you may notice are the top 3 decks in the format.
It also just happens to destroy this deck as well, considering, I think that's the one unfortunate part about this for Jesse, but obviously he doesn't know that yet. I would say it's a trend in the OCG that they have 3 macro, first of all, I should say that, but a lot of Thunder players in the OCG actually main 3 macro. Here, it's not seen nearly as much.
So it looks like we're seeing a Lupine activation, and the chain is being ordered, so it's Matrix second, Roar first. This is the frustrating part of playing against this deck. It can almost always order its chain, so you're not ever able to negate something like a Roar or something like a Dark.
It's especially scary when you're playing against like combo Thunder variants, when they can just chain block their most important plays, and then all your hand traps just become completely ineffective.
Oh, for sure.
So we're going to see Dark hit the field now.
So we've already used Dark's effect.
Correct.
So for that reason, this isn't backbreaking. This is kind of the awkward position that Thunder finds themselves in a lot of the time. What you want to do is link summon some Summer Summoner here, but of course they're not both Thunder. So you have to be satisfied with something like a Beat Cop, or you have to use Thunder Dragon Fusion to make a some Summer Summoner without getting the aloof Lupine off your side of the table.
So it looks like he has it. Shaking his head there. He's not happy with what his hand looks like.
Yeah, I mean, so if you make Beat Cop and then use this Thunder Dragon Fusion, you can potentially go into both a Colossus and a copy of Titan, but it also means that one piece of monster negation turns off the Colossus, and suddenly the Block Dragon player is able to completely play at their leisure.
Right.
So we're going for a Titan here.
In defense mode, of course.
Ugh, if this is the whole turn, it's really stinky. I don't think it's going to be. All right, we're going to activate Hawk's effect. Wow, you can activate Titan now.
Going to get back the Roar.
Yep.
Set 1. Is that going to be it?
No way. I'd much prefer to see a Link Summon of a Summer Summoner and double Colossus here.
Well, it also, too, depends on
Wow.
if Chris knows what Jesse's playing.
And it returns to the hand. He passes it back.
Chris looked a bit stressed there. I'm not sure if he misplayed at any point.
Thunder Dragon is a deck that it's pretty easy to misplay. You're given 4 effect activations, and you have to manage them all correctly. So Sekka's Light coming out. That is a strong card.
Sekka's Light and 60 cards. Gotta love it. The thing is, though, honestly, even if Christopher's board doesn't look that intimidating, I feel like macro could. Oh, impermanence. Oh, so that wasn't
is
macro.
An extremely early shotgun. Jesse has about 15 other level 3 monsters in the deck. 1 danger goes into Cherubini, and then he's going to miss that impermanence.
So he's going to shuffle back a Farfa with Sekka's Light here.
Farfa not very good to draw when you already have a monster on your side of the field.
Do you remember when Tour Guide was at 3?
Yes. I try not to.
Remember Skarm end phase add Tour Guide every single turn?
I don't remember that because I never remembered to use Skarm's effect.
Oh, okay.
All right, Jesse, let's see. Any 3 at all.
I was going to say, he's got to have. There's so many different extenders he could have here.
All the dangers. There are several special summonable level 3 rock monsters. He's thinking about it. The problem is that Block Dragon is a combo deck like Thunder that requires you to think several steps ahead, especially when your opponent has interaction on board. Thumbing through the extra real quick to try and see if there's really anything he can do. It's not like you're going to be able to have a quick effect to activate in response to Titan anyway.
So Psychic Wielder is his extender of choice here.
And what was that? It
that
looked like the activation of a Thunder monster, which will destroy
It was
Wielder.
Dark.
Yep.
So Dark's going to go ahead and prompt the Titan, which then Titan can pop the Wielder. He's going to get a new copy of Dark.
Oh, yikes. And we know there's a Matrix in hand as well.
So he has another pop at least.
Should he so desire. Real quick, reading the effect of Wielder. Yeah, it's broken.
That card had a lot of hype when it was first announced.
It did. It was like a $30 pre-sale.
Yeah.
And look where it is now. Block Dragon BA. At top tables, though.
Yeah, both these players are
and
4.
there's
There's the
Jackalope.
Jackalope, yep.
Ugh. Now we get started on the dangers.
Christopher just trying to deny this Link Summon at all costs here.
So obviously there's not a particularly good pick.
He
hit it.
the Jackalope.
American Sniper.
Now, it's fine because he can just get Tsuchinoko here, and it
Right.
effectively does the same thing, but obviously I think Jesse would have really hoped to just draw another card instead.
Let's see if this prompts the activation of
the
the
Titan.
Matrix. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw Chris took like a good 10 seconds before he even cut Jesse's deck. He was really deep in thought as to if he wants to. He's going for it.
Yep, there it is.
Okay.
Targeting the Roar to destroy the Tsuchinoko. Okay. And that's all the interaction I think that Chris has. So, Jesse, if you have 1 further extender, you do win the game here.
There's a
and
Nessie.
There is a Nessie. Nessie's not great, but it's also not the worst thing in the world. Oof. All right, let's see it. Whew.
Hits the Skarm.
Now that he's got to be happy about.
Gets a draw here.
Please, a 3. My Kingdom for a 3. That looks like
That's
the
a
activation.
Gallus.
Oh, of Gallus.
Yes.
Now, Gallus doesn't have any things that cannot summon it. And oh, a Rhino. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So he's going to take, what, 3 or 600 off that?
It's 200 per level, so times 3 is 600, I believe.
Yeah. And that's time in the round.
So
All right, so from here we can go into the one, the only, Needle Fiber version 2.
So we're going to link off.
And here's the Cherubini.
There it is.
This card is so oppressively strong, and it's just been looking for a home. This looks like the best option yet for it. So Cherubini can send a BA monster from the deck to the graveyard, or maybe it's a Fiend
It's
monster.
a Fiend. No, yeah, that's what. It's just, I don't know.
In order to target a BA and increase the attack.
Yeah, it targets a BA.
It also prevents your Burning Abyss monsters from being destroyed by their own effect. So you can have something like a Danger Nessie on your side of the field at the same time as a Cherubini.
I think it's only to the link arrows that it specifically points to.
Right.
So Rhino was sent to the graveyard. He sent Graph. Graph is going to summon Seer.
You've seen this before, probably.
Oh, correction, it's any level 3. I was going to say, I thought it was, but I wasn't 100% sure.
So here's probably Boral Sword. How does that sound?
Oh, no, Curious.
Getting worse. This is even more oppressive. So Curious, of course, can send anything. What do you think we see? Ooh.
It depends on what else is in his hand is the thing.
fanning out the graveyard real quickly. Please, please let me see Block Dragon.
Not to mention he gets to mill another 3 once he mills in addition to it.
Chat,
so.
you are also correct. It sends for cost.
Yes.
It's
so
on
there's
theme
the Block
for Dante.
Dragon.
There's Block Dragon.
Yep.
And I don't. Do we have the rock monsters to facilitate that? Let's see what our Curious Mills look like.
Also, Seer resurrected the Cherubini on your far right of Jesse. He's main decking Vanity's Fiend, too.
That is broken. But it doesn't look like there's any rock monsters in there.
No, no rocks.
In BA, we prefer calling it the Dante School of Milling for Cost. I knew I kept you around for something, chat. A quick read of Thunder Dragon Titan.
Yes.
No, it does not protect itself from battle.
Correct.
Shocking, right?
Now, it's still a big boy.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Thunder Dragon Titan has a huge butt on him. I think it's 32, isn't it?
It might be.
28 or 32. So do we have the requisite Earth monsters in Graveyard? Well, we've got a Gallus. We have a Rhino. And is there a second Gallus, I believe?
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Okay, he's got
All right.
it.
It's time for the true Dragon Ruler to make his debut on the Pro Play Game stage. Woof.
Block Dragon.
Chris, you are not going to like what happens next.
Now, typically, you only see Block Dragon in a deck such as Gem Knights, which is also another degenerate deck that you could see this deck in. But
the problem with Block Dragon is anytime it's playable, it is a big problem. This card adds 3 cards from your deck to your hand after it goes to the graveyard, even if it's sent for something like Link material.
So now we might link off this Cherubini and this Block Dragon here. I don't know what he's going to go into.
Anything. Yeah,
Unicorn. Yeah, Unicorn can just clean up the Titan. He had the 3rd Rhino.
This
oh
man
my
drew
God.
3 Rhino. Chris goes, yeah, fine. I don't need Titan anyway. And Jesse goes, you are going to.
Keep in mind, Chris used 2 Thunder Dragon Titan activations, and here comes
double Gigantes.
2 Gigantes.
So we do have at least 2 Fiendish Rhinos in the graveyard.
So that means
those
2
both
level
will make it on.
4s. Correct.
What's the most broken level 4 you can think of? I have one in mind. It starts with Utopia and ends with double.
And what were you telling me about Jesse before this feature match started? You said he hasn't gone to a single Game 3 all day.
He has not made it to Game 3 yet. Chris goes, sure, Gigantes. What's that going to do? Chat says Dugaris. That'd be broken too.
That would be.
Oh, really no end to the amount of stuff you can do.
This is why I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Seeing a deck like this is so incredible.
As you all know, I am a firm advocate for rotation, but sometimes you see a kitchen sink deck like this and think, maybe it's good that Block Dragon's been legal for 10 years.
And for those of you just joining us...
No double because of Sekka. Good point.
Oh, fair. But for those of you just joining us, both these players are XO. They are at table 4.
Mm-hmm. Imagine clawing through Orcust as Thunder. Just 4 continuous rounds of getting your Colossus sent with Dingirsu.
Yeah.
Just to have to face Block Dragon.
All right, so both Gigantes have hit the field. For those of you who don't know, Gigantes is a very old card. Basically, you're just using it for fodder for anything, but it's just a level 4 Earth that you summon by banishing an Earth. It has a heavy storm effect randomly.
I think we're Link summoning? Underclock.
Underclock.
So
okay.
we're going for an OTK. Do we have the material for a Boral Sword? Probably. And here comes Block Dragon again.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Psychic Wielder's an Earth. I completely forgot about that.
I'm so used to every good card being dark or light.
Yeah, I agree. So I think he using Underclock's effect.
He's going to decrease the attack of, oh, I don't know, probably the
Roar.
The Roar, yeah.
And does that just clean up the game?
I'm not exactly sure. It's a lot of damage. It is a lot. All right, so he's going to decrease the attack of Roar by the 2200 that
or he might have been attacking.
Has. There we go. He's putting dice on to remind himself how little it has. Looks like 700 attack points, and they're both kind of giggling to each other. So we've got a 700 attack point monster and a 1700 attack point monster versus about 8,300 points of damage.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to do very little to assemble lethal here. Linking away the Block Dragon likely adds the material necessary to do it if he's still got targets left in the deck. counting real quickly.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with the amount of plays that this deck can do, it's not surprising. He's just going in, though.
All right, sounds good. And Chris is thinking, do I want to, I don't know, do anything here?
So is that Curious is 24?
Yeah.
So that's
and,
17.
Now, of course, this does send Roar from the field to the graveyard. Roar's
So it will
effect
trigger it.
specials.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to those of you asking in chat, Gladiator Beast did not win. It was not close.
We wanted it to be.
Oh, I wanted it to be for sure. So, unfortunately, the biggest butt in Thunder Dragon is not larger than Block Dragon. He is going to take a fair amount of damage this turn.
And Christopher just trying to find a way to not lose this turn. Which
this is a pretty good one. As long as you don't take lethal damage this turn, you're in a really good position.
Which I don't think he's going to take lethal damage this turn. So Block Dragon hits over the Hawk. Now, Christopher could opt a mulligan here.
I don't know about that. Thunder Dragon is so good to have, just generally. Especially with a fusion in the graveyard. Oh, Block Dragon searches hard once per turn. Oh, thank God.
Oh, okay. So the special summon is multiple.
I just assumed it was invented before hard once per turns had been thought of. Oh, it looks like he did mulligan a single card.
Okay.
So this is the issue you occasionally run into if you're playing against Thunder and they leave something like a Lupine on board. Do you attack into it and trigger its effect? I think the only relevant thing in the Banish Zone right now is that Matrix. Or do you just hope for the best?
Unicorn's going to attack over the
We
Lupine.
are going for it. So that's a cool 500 points of damage. And it looks like he's going to walk out of this one unscathed, adding that Matrix back to hand.
Yeah, Christopher generated a lot of resources in that exchange. So hopefully, Jesse has some follow-up here.
So there's 1,000.
Good old underclock.
Chris's hand is insane right now. It's got Matrix, it's got Thunder Dragon, there's a fusion in graveyard, so as long as Jesse doesn't have exactly Ash Blossom, he's going to be able to pop off.
He shuffled back a card for the Hawk.
All right, what incredible Link 4 are we making?
Appaloosa,
Oh,
that's a good
really
one.
Good one. That's going to be a 3.
That pretty much shuts off all the negates all the cards that Christopher just added back.
Now, the rough part of this is that, Skarm's going to add an end step. Wow, remembering that, I know I didn't. The rough part of this is that Appaloosa at 24 is actually not that much of a threat for Thunder. You can search using the effect of Thunder Dragon Fusion in Graveyard. When you go to activate something like a Hawk that can negate it with Appaloosa, but then it's 16 and you can walk over it with anything.
Well, it depends, though, because if Christopher can't establish a monster on the board,
then it's going to be a problem.
It's going to be a problem.
We do know that he has a Matrix in hand, but normal summoning Matrix, not very strong.
If you can convert that into a Colossus, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Fusion's going to be the first thing that Christopher goes with. That can't be stopped by Appaloosa.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to go for Duo. Duo is also a very good card. So now he has a way to ensure he can attack over the Appaloosa.
Mm-hmm. Notably, Appaloosa also negates activations, so you won't be able to do something like send a Hawk, get it negated, normal summon Matrix, and make Colossus.
Man, yeah, Christopher Hand's just stacked now.
What is that?
He's banishing the Duo.
Oh, Duo, so good.
For the Duo, excuse me. So he's going to trigger Dark and Matrix.
And, of course, like we said earlier, you can order them in the way that makes Appaloosa terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I think you probably Appaloosa anyway here. I mean, it's not long for this world regardless.
Yeah, because at this point, Christopher can just go into battle and just swing over it.
Yeah.
And then do everything he wants to do in main phase 2. Because you're not winning this turn anyway, right?
No. I mean, all but making a couple of copies of Colossus is probably going to be good enough.
So he's going to go ahead and grab another copy of Duo.
Oof. And we were talking about it earlier. These Thunder decks have been going up on Duo. It's just such a high-impact card, especially on simplified board states where you routinely find yourself under a floodgate. Like if they lock your extra deck somehow, boy, is it nice to just go ahead and grind them out.
And he had the Solar, though. That's worth negating for sure.
Yeah. I don't think there's an accessible Roar either.
He drew that for turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's a pretty good top deck.
He either drew it for turn or off of the
Oh, off of the
or
shuffle from
mulligan.
the Hawk last turn.
Wait, so the Hawk mulligan and the draw for turn were duo and – no, the duo was the search.
The
off
duo was
fusion.
the search off the fusion. Yeah.
I was going to say, those are the two best draws in order, but makes sense.
Yeah, so full grip here now from Christopher.
Now looking at the graveyard real quick.
No, I'm curious what's going through Christopher's head, because
Does he have a way to win this turn?
if he does, I'd be impressed to see it.
I'd be shocked.
I mean, if it's going to require double duo, I feel like that would be a good start.
Dual duo, as it were. And that's going to trigger the effect of Solar, of course.
Get him a token.
Jesse, I might negate this. Yeah, I like it.
Again, you know your Appaloosa is going to just get ran over in battle anyway.
These are just free effect negations at this point.
Yeah.
So notably, I don't think he's activated a hand effect yet.
He has not. Nope, there you go.
There we go.
We knew he had the vanilla Thunder
Jesse,
Dragon,
negate
so.
the Thunder Dragon. Come on. You got to do this. We only do know the one. Yeah, just take it. Cash in this Appaloosa. It's not making it out of battle phase regardless. Oh,
He's letting it go.
Well, now Colossus is online.
So we're going to grab, looks like just one Thunder Dragon here.
Yeah, we'll save
Oh,
the
going
other for
for the
Titan.
two.
Nope, we're going for two. All right.
That's what I was thinking as well. Clearly, Christopher's going to take a different line here.
Apparently, he thinks he's going to beat in for lethal this turn.
Well, oh, he has the arrow from Curious. Maybe he can no TK him, actually.
Well, what are we lacking? There's a Titan. We need one more Colossus off of a free summon. Oh, that's actually probably
Well, no,
pretty
because now we
doable.
can just pop with both Thunder. Oh, no, he searched both Thunders. Never
Yeah.
mind. So, yeah, so both the duos go to 31. Appaloosa is basically at 0 at this point.
It's at 800?
Yeah, it's at 800.
All right, so it looks like we are going to battle phase. We're taking
23.
Yeah.
That triggers the duo.
Duo's effect is so strong.
It is.
Being able to people forget.
Yeah, just banishing any card and just searching a Thunder.
Just love to trigger my Thunder Dragon Grave effects while tutoring additional Thunders.
Exactly.
Extremely fun.
And so now that's going to swing over Curious. That's going to be 7.
All right, Curious. What's the play?
It will trigger Curious. So he will get to add back from Grave here. Which, you know, usually never comes up with this card, because as soon as people see Curious, they usually scoop. But
Did you know?
are they trying to look up a translation?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I think Christopher had a lot of foreign cards when I was checking his deck.
That makes sense. Thunder Dragon Duo is a card with an effect that hardly ever gets activated, and you want to make sure that it's worded properly.
I'm curious what they're checking for here. Oh, are they wondering if Duo goes again? If it's a hard once per turn on the when it attacks over something? Is that what they're checking?
Oh, I'll check.
It apparently is not, because Christopher's going into his deck, and he banished Roar to go ahead and add another copy of Hawk here.
Strong.
That's going to give him a Dark to the field. And Curious is also going to trigger on Jesse's side now, so he gets any card back from his graveyard, which is pretty good.
Ugh. It is a once per turn, but it's win this card.
Interesting. So Jesse adding Tour Guide back to his hand.
Hey, that's a good one.
I hear that's a good one.
Well, as long as he makes it out of this battle phase, I feel pretty good.
Look at the amount of resources Christopher is able to generate
Off of
that whole turn, and then like Jesse's turn as well from his board just getting destroyed.
A solar top deck.
Pretty much. Solar top deck and searching Duo off of Thunder Dragon Fusion.
Thunder Dragon Fusion is one of the most exceptionally strong cards ever printed.
I was going to main phase 2. I'm assuming he hit with the Titan as well.
Yep.
And I just missed it. So
All right, here we are.
linking off now. going into his Appaloosa of his own.
Now, Appaloosa might be pretty good against Thunder. It's great against Jesse's deck.
And so
What's he going to do against Appaloosa?
And now he gets to Hawk, summon back one of his banished Thunders. Go ahead and make that into a Colossus. Appaloosa plus Colossus seems pretty good to me.
Yikes. All right, Jesse, best of luck to you.
Well, you know Jesse's hand is Farfa Tour Guide.
Oh, Farfa's pretty good.
He can negate it, though.
Then it's less good.
I think he can just negate all 3 of Jesse's cards because Block Dragon BA plays pretty much all monsters.
Yep. This is still game 1, chat.
It's a bit of a long one, but I think Christopher might have secured this win here.
Chat saying mind control. Sekka's been activated. Jesse, figure it out. Either there's a line or you got to go next.
Well, Jesse has like 5 cards in hand, so maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, is he scooping? Oh, it looked like it.
He's looking at the grave. He's got to be up to something. You've got a huge life point deficit to overcome if you're trying to go to time.
I wouldn't say it's huge. All right, that's immediately getting negated.
Yeah, there's no way. He's going to look at the graveyard real quick. Oh, yeah? No, 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 no. Negate.
Yep, that's getting negated. All right, so Appaloosa down to 1,600 attack with 2 effect negations. Here comes a Nessie. Now,
you can't really negate the dangers.
Dangers being as good as they are, you can't really negate them.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to roll the 5, go for the far right card from Christopher's perspective.
All right, Chris, let's see it.
He hit the Farfa. Okay.
That's a good one.
So Nessie comes out. Jesse gets to go a card deeper into his deck.
And he gets to trigger an Appaloosa activation for sure.
Yes.
He's going to read Thunder Dragon. Yeah, it's just about that strong.
But it doesn't have protection from targeting.
Wait, all of a sudden this is not looking terrible.
Right, exactly.
We just need 1 removal spell.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, there's going to be Appaloosa's going to most likely eat this Farfa. So then Appaloosa's down to 800. So then you just have to find a way to clear Colossus without really using an effect, because or you can go to battle phase, attack over Appaloosa, and then main phase 2 find a way to clear Colossus.
Yeah, but you really want to actually beat your opponent.
That's fair.
You don't want them to have another turn at it. They will take a 7-minute turn and end on enough stuff to beat you 100% of the time. Look, he's got a 7-card hand. All right,
so he's going to go after the Colossus, but that's going to eat up negate from Appaloosa.
Big shock.
It didn't really matter what he targeted in that instance.
All right, do we have the earth material? I don't think so.
I think there's 1. I think he's going to need a few more than that.
What extra deck monsters can we go into here?
With just a Tour Guide and a Nessie?
Oh, with 1 more monster, we could go in a Unicorn, though he's already used it.
He's already used it, so yeah, I doubt he plays multiples.
Let me see that Extravagance double Unicorn. Ooh, chat says Orbital Hydralander. Do we have a double yet? There's 2 Gigantes in the graveyard, right?
I think there's a Vanity's Fiend in Jesse's hand. I think that's the top card if you see it.
That would be very silly, but not very good.
Yeah. If you had a way to clear Colossus, then drop Vanity's Fiend.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be amazing. So Tour Guide's just going to attack over this Appaloosa because it's only on 800 right now. So 200 damage.
Oh, that's not very good at all.
Or excuse me, wrong side.
I bet he wishes.
So
all right,
here we go.
Here we go.
Christopher's turn. He just.
Oh, get out of this game, Jesse.
Yeah, this. He just started Roar, got back Fusion. This should be the end of game 1 here. I'm really surprised Jesse hasn't just scooped it up yet.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Christopher playing at the speed of light. He doesn't want the tie. He wants the win.
Yep.
He says, pop, and I'll pop, and we're going to battle phase, folks. Look at the graveyard real quick. Nothing in here that's going to stop me.
Even Jesse's like, nah, there's nothing in there.
Get him, Chief. And it's time for game 2.
Yep, looks like it.
Wow. Heads up play from Christopher. He's playing a win.
How can you play it out, though? Wow, opens the Tour Guide.
Says, okay.
How are you playing it out, though, if you can't summon?
MBT getting excited by the idea of a Dynalock. I know it's a man that used to main Guru, but you're disgusting. Oh, come on. You're not a true Yugist if you can't get excited about a fossil Dyna.
So going for the Rhino here.
Here we go. So this can make Cherubini. Jesse, you gotta play fast.
Remember when they first announced Rhino?
Ugh, yes. I remember reading it and going, well, that's not very. Oh, yep.
Are you going back here? Does he have another play?
I think he might be thinking about making a turn 1 Beatrice. Oh, no, we're doing Nessie first.
Goes for the third card.
Easy.
Hit the Nessie.
Easy.
So Christopher's
sniper.
what, 2 for 3 on sniping dangers right now?
Loaded dice. Can we get a good judge to check, please?
We need an emote for that, for Twitch chat.
I will say, I don't know how much Jesse cares. Jackalope is a pretty good card. He wants the 3-star anyway, so he can go into something like a Cherubini.
Silver Sentinel would make a good emote for that.
Oh,
It's a Cherubini coming down.
the honorary artifact.
Gets to send any level 3.
And I imagine we're going to see
He also
Burning
gets,
Abyss.
and he also gets Fiendish Rhino Warriors effect as well.
You can see he's pulled a Burning Abyss to the front here.
There's Graph Seer. Oh, actually, this is just Fiendish Rhino's effect. He's not even using Cherubini yet.
Yeah. Here's the
Comes
Jackalope.
We're going to see our boy Dante.
Activating this in the right order so that this Burning Abyss monster doesn't go to the graveyard.
Correct. Number 2.
See ya.
There's a giant Rex.
Oh, this Cowboy for game might be coming up.
I love like the embellishment that Jesse just did when he drew that card.
Oriwatan. Tura.
And so now keep in mind that Seer is not going to be destroyed even though there's a non-burning Abyss monster on the field because it's being in the zone.
Christopher's shaking his head. All right, folks, that actually is time in the round.
So there goes 600 life points from Christopher from milling that Psychic Wielder.
Yikes. And now every second that Jesse takes is just another step forward on the train to a tie.
The question is, does Jesse want to stall it out for the draw? And he can legitimately stall it out because this deck can do so many plays.
Jesse's not dropped a game yet. He might be uncomfortable in a Game 3 scenario.
So there's Dante. Gonna mill 3. Gonna mill a Snake.
Ooh,
Sekka's
Light. What's that third one?
Alec.
Alec. Wow, we're really deep on the BA names, huh?
Alec's a pretty good one.
Yeah,
It's like an Effect Veiler.
What do you think the order goes? Skarm, Graf, Seer, of course. Then Farfa.
Alec,
then?
honestly, I'd put after Farfa.
Yeah, and then Barbar, and then everyone else.
Oh, Barbar's above Alec just because of time.
Yeah.
But then Alec, then Cowcab's pretty good.
Cowcab is not unplayable.
It's more format dependent, but
and
it's
this
still a good
is going to be what?
Link 4,
any
Appaloosa?
number of Appaloosa or Curious or
Could be
something.
Curious.
Yep,
Yeah,
there
it's
she
going
is.
to be Curious. Yep.
Ooh, good
There's
Ash.
the Ash, though.
It's not great, but it still prevents the most egregious stuff from happening.
And so here we go, banishing Giant Rex for the Gigantes. That's going to special summon it out.
Cowboy, baby. I want to be a cowboy, baby.
What's the best rank for, if he's playing Baguska, that could be very good.
Is Abyss Dweller a consideration here? It seems
I don't
okay.
particularly think Dweller's good against Pure. Like, it's okay, but, like, Baguska literally just shuts down Pure Thunder.
Yeah. Chat says Libic. I don't recognize Libic.
Ooh, Libic's a good one, yeah.
Libic's gotten me out of a lot of jams, but don't know how good it is. Jesse, I do admire the strategy. I don't think he's going to be able to do this for 5 more minutes.
No, I don't think so.
If Chris is allowed to get to the battle phase, it might be all over for him. Redoer. Oh, Redoer would be funny. It wouldn't be good, but it'd be funny. Oof.
Going for Underclock.
That is very odd.
Going for the good old-fashioned Underclock Beatrice play.
That might be good enough.
So he's going to use Seer, which was underneath the Dante, to resurrect it. Dante can add a card back to hand, which then he can
Seer.
pitch. Yeah, which he can then pitch to summon Beatrice.
It looks like we're adding the Curious card back as well. Gallus is once per turn, right?
I believe so.
Oh, I might be wrong about how Curious works.
No, I think Curious has to be sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card for it to trigger.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, that would be insane. Are you kidding me? Yeah. So Jesse's going to go ahead and get this. And then you can use the 3 materials, making an Appaloosa for 3 plus a Beatrice.
I mean, that's fine when your opponent's at 74. Yeah. He says, you've got 3 minutes. Go for it, dude.
I think this is pretty strong, though, because Beatrice can protect the Appaloosa with Farfa.
Sort of. Beatrice can protect your life points. Oh, man. Chris's hand is insane, and he just picked up the most important card in the matchup.
That impermanence is going to do work.
Oh, no.
I think this, yep.
On Beatrice. All right.
So he's going to chain it. Interesting he went for Beatrice.
Yeah, I would have expected him to go for the Appaloosa.
Yeah, considering the Appaloosa represents 3 negates. Although he can attack over it, but...
he knows his hand better than we know it.
So he's going to send a Fiendish Rhino.
Yeah, we've seen this. Get back that Seer, baby.
Yep. Seer, of course, being added back by the detached Dante. Now he gets to go ahead and send for Fiendish Rhino, where he's going to send Libic. We just mentioned him.
Wow. What do you know, chat? And, of course, Libic negates effects as well. That's another 2 blockers you're going to have to get through, folks.
So here comes a Vanilla Thunder Dragon.
Negate it. Do not let this resolve. Don't let anything resolve. He says absolutely. Negate
He has another one.
Don't let it resolve. He's got 2 cards in hand.
He's going to go for it.
He's really doing it.
And there's the fusion.
You can make Colossus with this. Oh, my God. He's going to get to beat over the 800 attack Appaloosa.
Unbelievable.
This is terrible. Now, what's that last?
What's that last card?
What's that last card?
This attacks over Appaloosa, so that's 26 minus 8, so 1,800.
Oh, no. Jesse, you better hurry.
Again, I don't think that, depending on that last card, I don't think this is the end of the world. He's going to set one and pass.
Sets one, goes, go.
Can't you go Beatrice, crash into Colossus, summon Pilgrim, attack over?
Is he on Pilgrim?
We'll have to see. He's going to attack mode. With the Rhino, yeah, I think you can.
Thunder Dragon Colossus can protect itself from battle,
Oh,
right?
that's true. Does he have? No, he doesn't have anything to banish. He shuffled it all back.
Oh, no. That's really what we're about to do.
So Jesse is going to take 100 here from this Beatrice attack, destroying his own Beatrice, but that will trigger the effect. That means he has to be playing the Pilgrim.
I am pretty sure we're in time, by the way.
No, there's 55 seconds.
Yeah, I heard a judge call time for general Yu-Gi-Oh players.
Oh, okay.
I think that they are either extremely close or about to be. So he's going to trigger the Grave Effect of Beatrice. Does he have it in his extra? That's the question.
He has to. There it is.
The large boy!
Pilgrim come out, so Pilgrim can attack over the Colossus.
That's
because
200?
200.
Oh, no. Wait, so what's the set card?
Is that a Matrix?
If it's a Matrix, that's the end of the game. 72. All right, so he's got to do... So Seer can attack. It can be
correct.
Seer.
Seer can be the one that attacks.
Oh, he's...
No, it can't. Fiendish Rhino's only 1,000. Isn't
Fiendish
it?
Rhino's 14.
Oh, it's 14. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
It's 14. Okay, so Seer can attack.
So, hold up. Is he 11 above? Oh, you can't even bar it if you had the ability to. Looking at the graveyard. Okay,
It comes down to this.
I hope it's not Matrix, folks. Let's go for it.
He attacks. What's it going to be?
Oh,
what? Oh, it's an
it's
aloof Lupine.
It's Lupine.
So they're
going to
draw. They draw.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Wow, he saw that line immediately.
Wow.
As soon as it left your lips, he immediately understood it. He was like, yeah, of course.
It all came down to that, and that's the first draw we've had, for at least on stream.
That
anyway.
was the coolest match of Yu-Gi-Oh!
That was so